Flipping through the pages of my 2023 bullet journal gives me a visual storytelling of what has happened in the last year, of how much I have grown and evolved, what spreads worked for me and what didn't, and this could also give you some creative ideas for themes this year. Hey fam, it's Icy of Icy Studio and welcome to my channel, and today I will be flipping through my bullet journals for 2023. So from January to May, I continued my notebook from 2022. This gorgeous A5 notebook consists of black, craft, and white pages. And as we go through the flip through, I'll show you the changeover pages which I used as my monthlies. But first, this is my 2023 cover page, and as you can see, I am very fond of metallic watercolor. The past few years, I haven't really touched my future log pages, so I felt like I didn't need to include one. So after the quote page, we jump straight into January. So last year, I have decided to use a planner, which was how my bullet journal ended up becoming a memory journal. So you'll see a lot of photos and a lot of memorabilia that I do not have the heart to throw away. So what I love about the Archer and Olive Neapolitan notebooks is that there are different colored pages, and I use the crossover pages for my monthly spreads, and I like how it challenged my creativity. So because I used a planner in conjunction with my bullet journal, I didn't really have a calendar and my weekly pages weren't really structured. What I liked about this is that I didn't really feel the pressure of setting up weekly pages. But come March, I started craving for something more structured and something new. I still did not include a calendar or a to-do list for my monthly pages, but I did include some prompts, which I find on Pinterest, and I've actually, of course, answered them last year, and I'm not really comfortable sharing my answers with everyone on YouTube. So anyway, my weekly pages include a page for photos and a page for weekly prompts. So the next month I was into collaging, and aside from my standard quote page, I decided to add a notes to self page, which I also found on Pinterest, and I resonated a lot with this. So this is something that you can include in your bullet journal too. April 2023 was also the first time that I have used waterfall tabs, and because I had so much fun with it, it gave my weekly pages a little bit more structure. I decided to carry it over the next few months. So one thing I did different in April 2023 was I included a content calendar and a content to-do list, which I feel like helped me become accountable. And also we traveled to Japan that month, and I decided to include some junk journal pages. And because I was having a Japan hangover, I decided to do a Ghibli theme for my May bullet journal. And as you can see, Dutch doors are standard in my bullet journals. I feel like they are very efficient because for me, you don't have to decorate every single page. But for my May weeklies, I allocated 2 pages per week, and as you can see, I love sticking memorabilia. So if you're sentimental AF like me, give this video a thumbs up. So going with the Ghibli theme, I decided to put a list of the Studio Ghibli movies. Let me know if you're a Studio Ghibli fan and what your favorite Studio Ghibli movie is. So sometimes life gets in the way that I ended up not filling in my last May weekly, but I had a lot of Japan ephemera and a few more pages to go, so I decided to stick all of them on the pages. So June 2023, I did a mid-year journal migration. I had a lot of fun setting this up. I wanted to do an About Me page, but I decided to include a mood board and a page filled with things that I love. I feel like this is a good idea to set the tone for your new journal, so I was feeling very vintagey, so I use a lot of vintage stickers. So for some reason, I wanted to include a future log because there was a lot going on, so I brought that back. And of course, a quote page and a mid-year brain dump. And this is my June 2023 layout. So I was feeling very cottagecore, but this ended up giving Swamp Witch. So the Dutch doors are still there, but for my weekly pages, I decided to try out a different variation, which are the horizontal Dutch door pages. So instead of decorating the sides, I decorated the top pages. So I decided to go back to a celestial theme, and I wanted to include waterfall pages again. So this is kind of reminiscent of my April 2023 layout. I don't know why, but I try to avoid reusing themes, but I learned that you can definitely reuse a theme. You can just switch it up by using different colors. And for August, I was going through a Greek mythology phase, so as you can see, there's a lot of gold and light academia stuff. And I'm still using the Dutch doors, and what I love about bullet journaling is that you try a lot of things and find something that works for you. So last year I became a Ferris Wheel Press ambassador, and I decided to use my Ferris Wheel Press ink collection for my September vintage library theme. The next 2 months are actually my most favorite themes. I have suddenly taken interest in Gothic calligraphy, and I wanted to include them in my layouts. I feel like this was the height of my creativity in terms of bullet journaling last year, because I feel like I found my aesthetic niche. I felt like I found myself creatively. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but I feel like I found myself in my October and November spreads. And like my September theme, I decided to use my Ferris Wheel Press inks for my October, November, and December spreads. December was a different story though. I wasn't really happy with how it turned out. I was actually going for a sickeningly sweet theme, but as with every bullet journal journey, we won't always like all of our themes, and this is one of them. So that concludes my 2023 bullet journal story. I hope I have given you some insight, and thank you so much for watching, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys in the next video.